it's Ray, and this is gonna be my second video, vlog, YouTube, whatever, while I'm eating my favorite sushi place in LA. I wanted to go over a video discussing how I got here, how I started Instagram, the spicy website, and all of that, and how a lot of people on here have been following me for a while. Like, I think a lot of my Instagram followers have been following me for a good couple years, but I've been on here for a minute, so I wanted to do like a little rundown, like a go over my like 5-year journey to get here and talk about, I don't know, not what I've learned, but like just stuff that I had to do and how the trajectory of getting here and how much it's changed, because it definitely has changed a lot, for sure. I've been always trying to be in my clouded era, but I was always too like pussy to post anywhere besides like on Tumblr, which I had a couple thousand followers on Tumblr, but I never posted myself. I was just posting like gore content and stuff. But it wasn't until I started like TikTok that I really started blowing up. But I will say I did have a stint of clout on Twitter, because I don't know if anyone knows this. I know some people know this, but I did speech and debate in high school and I was very passionate about it. And I think that first was kind of my first step into getting really into politics. And you know, I'm a leftist. I became very outspoken, and I was much more outspoken then. I still am to like my crowds, but I don't do it as much online. But back then I was just tweeting nonstop, and I was able to get a couple thousand followers on Twitter before everything I'm talking about right now is like pre-2019, 2020. So I had like 10K on Twitter for a while, but that wasn't really anything, and I was like still underage and stuff, so it was a little weird. I did go viral for like a boob picture when I was 15, and that's problematic. It has since been deleted. I didn't like post them, but like it went viral because people saw that my boobs were big. It got like 300 retweets, and that got me a bunch of followers and stuff. So I had like little moments and flashes of it, and it wasn't until I posted in 2020 or 2019 that my first video really blew up. But first, let me plot this sushi, guys, because this is an eating video. Okay, take a look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I was trying to go viral on Instagram like crazy, and I never really was, because one, I didn't have drip enough. Like, I wasn't dripped up enough, so I don't know what I was thinking. I was gonna go Pinterest viral. And two, I'm thick, so it's harder to go viral, especially at that time. But my first ever viral TikTok that I posted, because I was anti-TikTok, okay? I wasn't gonna be caught dead on that app. But lockdown had happened, my school had shut down, and like, I was at home doing nothing. So it's like, I'm gonna post a TikTok, I'm gonna make a TikTok. My first ever TikTok I ever posted was story time, which to this day is one of my most viral stories. Like, if you go in this YouTube channel, I literally have the story time up if you wanna see it. But it's about low-key how like a guy was being really weird to me and I made him cry, giving him in. So if you're interested in that, down below, it's a little older video, definitely can tell. But that was the first ever TikTok I posted, was that story time. And boom, it's like 300,000 views. So my ass is like, well, I love being good at things and I love instant gratification, so let me keep doing it. And I was like, at the time, like really creative, because like I had nothing else to do. I was definitely more chronically online back then. All right, let's try our first bite of sushi. So after doing that for a bit, I was just going viral. Like, I did story times because I had a lot of horrible hookups, because I was a thought in high school and a thought in my first semester of college. So I was sucking and fucking, and I was telling stories because I was like, well, I've got endless embarrassing stories and I'm not afraid to air myself out. So that's what I was doing for a while. I wasn't thirst trapping. I was just being funny. Like, that's really all I cared about. I didn't, OnlyFans like hadn't really become what it was yet. But here's to how that started, okay? My parents, when I was sent back home from college, even though there was a literal lockdown and nowhere was hiring, my parents forced me to get a job. They said, bitch, you're gonna work. And I said, okay. So the only place that hired me was the IHOP graveyard shift. So for about a month, I was working, getting maybe $7 an hour, barely. Not even making like $1,000 a month, doing back-to-back graveyard shifts where maybe 5 people in total would come in throughout the night. And it was kind of horrible. It was horrible. And this was like, I knew I had these things, okay? I've always known I've had these things. And how I knew that I could make money from them was because I was blowing up on TikTok. I had a lot of Instagram followers, and I was slightly posting like thirst traps. Like, I posted my first bikini picture and it did pretty well, and I was like, damn, maybe this is the move. And I was done. I was over working at IHOP because I was just dealing with rednecks, low-key Nazis, like shaved like heads, like weirdo people. Like, it was a nightmare working at that IHOP in Arizona, keep in mind. All right, we're gonna try the yellowtail. That's really good. So working in Arizona, I was like, something's got to change. I'm a bag chaser. Like, I wanted to make money. My friend had started an OnlyFans. So I was like, why the F not, you know? Like, I'm a thought. I've got pics, so. And I had about 20K on Instagram at this time, and OnlyFans was new. You know, like, OnlyFans just became a thing. April 2020, I made the OF. In my first month, I made good money. I'm not gonna say I made anything crazy, because I didn't, because it was still new at the time. But for what I'd experienced in my life, that was money I'd never seen, because I was 18. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I made $3,000 my first month. In the industry now, $3,500 is nothing. You're in like literally the top like 5% maybe. But at the time, that was pretty good money. So I was like, well, I've got nothing else to do. I may as well full send this shit. All right, we're gonna try the scallop. And I started doing TikTok, and I started getting really like happy about it. And Instagram started doing really well. I had that Instagram account for like 7 years at that point, and I'd grown it like 10 times my following in like a span of a year. And I'd just gotten a lot of like people making me feel really good, and I did get a lot of comments on my body. I was on birth control at that time. This is 2021 now. Like, let's say I'm about a year in to this social media, not even a year in, 6 months in to this social media stuff, right? I've got 100K on TikTok, my first TikTok. I'm doing well on Instagram. I got like 40K on Instagram, right? And I decide to sign with a management. If you know anything about OnlyFans, you know managements. But at this time, back in 2021, they were new, very new. So I decided to join a pretty big one. And they pushed me heavily towards like, you need to post thirst traps. Like, stop being funny, you're not making money that way, post thirst traps. So I decided to post my first like real thirst trap, and I'll put it over here if I can find it. It got like 3 million views. And for a while, that was my highest paying month. For a long time, for like a year after that. But at the price of getting a viral video, I was now in the eyes of TikTok gods, and they banned me. And I also got my main Instagram banned. Or not banned, I got kicked out of my Instagram. So it's still up. You can still find my first Instagram, Bunny Girl Ray, it's still here. But I got kicked out, and I still can't get into it to this day. So if anyone knows how, hit me up. But I think the problem was like I kept getting banned on TikTok because my videos were going viral. Like every second video, I was getting 100K views. But I would get, at the time, shadow banned. So I couldn't comment and defend myself, and I'd get like thousands of hate comments. I gained weight, my boobs were bigger because I was on birth control, and I was just getting thousands of comments. Some good comments, but mostly hate comments. But I'd grown my accounts to the point where that ban wasn't the biggest deal. I was able to make a comeback pretty quick. I grew my second Instagram account to like 40K. Within 6 months though, I get banned on that account on my birthday, and that account is fully gone. And after that, my TikToks just kept getting banned. Like, I've gone through like 25 TikToks. Dang. I also did Twitch streaming too for a while back in 2021. I Twitch streamed for like a good year, and I was making good money off Twitch too. But I'm trying to get back into it and focus on YouTube right now. But those are some of the things that I've done. These are some of the things that I hope you've seen me from. I want to do more stories about this. So tell me like what you guys want to talk about, any OF related stuff. I think that'd be really cool. But this is how I got here. Like, I've only had this account like 3 years, and I got it to 137. Let's go, 130K. I'm really excited about that, and it's growing and growing. This is kind of a video to like represent and like celebrate how I got here and how I'm still here, because I didn't give up. I could have quit. There was a lot of times I did want to quit. I got my bachelor's degree. That's like a spoken thing, but like my first 4 years, I was also in college full time, having to graduate. So there's a lot of things to be proud of, and I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, because I do want to commit to doing YouTube, and I feel like a good way to do that is talk about how I got here. And I've had a lot of amazing followers. Like, some of the people that watch these YouTube videos, you guys have been following me for years, and you guys have made such an impact on me. All of my, like, some of the closest friends I've ever made is because of this job. Almost every, like, I genuinely would not have the friends. I would not live in LA if I did not have this job. Like, if I did not really care about social media, and if I didn't care about like being funny on socials, I would not have the life I have now. So I'm really appreciative of it. And I want to do more videos where I'm like not just vlogging, but I can like talk to you guys and be real and tell story times. And I do want to be Ray the Hater. And I do want to hate on things, and I do want to be controversial and stand my ground. So I know I barely ate this sushi. It was really hard. I need a table, but I think I'm going to do an ASMR video next after my vlogs. But thank you for watching this. Tell me if you guys have any questions, or if I should do any like OnlyFans videos or talk about that. I would love to go over that. This is my new apartment, by the way, so keep on the lookout for my next 2 vlogs. And thank you for watching. Bye.